Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today's video is dedicated on how to build wealth in Canada, in short, on how to get rich, reach your financial independence and things like that. On how to do that in Canada. Well guys, I'll tell you a bunch of ways and then I'll tell you my way. So the first and most simple way, and I met a lot of people like that, being into real estate myself, being a realtor with EXP here in Calgary, Alberta, I've found a lot of people who build a lot of wealth by, just randomly investing into real estate. And I mean buying a home. I'm saying just buying a home 10 or 20 years ago. So they, for example, in Ontario, they went and they purchased a house 10 or 20 years ago, and you know what happened with the hyperinflation of the housing market and everything like that. They didn't do anything special. They didn't do any kind of different jobs from what anybody else does. Some of them are not into management even, but and they had a mortgage and everything is fine, but their equity just skyrocketed into an insane amount of money. And that's one of the ways to build wealth. It's the most easiest, I would say, probably, and the most random way of building wealth, but it's a simple way to answer questions of people: should I buy or should I rent? So this is the answer. Those people who've been renting cannot buy something anymore, and those people who bought are wealthy for no reason. So guys, that's one of the ways to get wealth in Canada. The other one is, well, to get a highly paid job. Okay, but the problem with that is there is a very limited amount of people who can get that, right? So you cannot have more managers than employees without the company going out of business, right? So managers are also employees. I mean, like bottom level employees that actually do all the operational stuff. So that's another way, but it's quite difficult. And it's also, you're not getting paid as much in Canada in management roles as well. So it can also be considered to be a BS because you're not going to get paid as much. And to get really highly paid job, you have to be one of the senior managers. It takes years and years, and maybe by the time you're about to retire, you would get there, maybe not. Might not even get there. So I discarded the way of building wealth in Canada as a valid one, because you're not really building wealth when you're working for somebody else's company. This is my way, guys, on how I think and most people I know made money. Number one is side hustle. Guys, if you have a side hustle, whatever you like, you might have already tens of thousands of dollars of camera equipment. You could become a photographer. You could do wedding, you could do all sorts of photography, including real estate. I'm just saying, in real estate, if you are able to do photographies for 4 properties in one day, you are over $1,000 a day. You can earn over $1,000 a day for working less than 8 hours a day, if you make it smart. So if you have a hobby or something and you're passionate about it, you can start a side hustle. And well, your bosses, you can still keep your job. You don't have to go full-time. Guys, my bosses didn't know I was making more than them for years while I was working in those companies. I was already making double what I was making in a company, which was more than my bosses were making. I didn't tell them. Don't tell them, guys. They're going to hate you for that. They want to be superior. They want to be, somehow above you. And they want to feel that kind of, power trip sometimes, so don't get them on a power trip, and don't tell them that you're making a lot of money from side hustle. And here's the biggest and I think the best way to make money, and I want to tell you about the misconception that people have. I have a lot of people saying, oh, you have to work hard. You watch this YouTube influencers and other ones on TikTok, and everyone's like, you have to grind, you have to work hard. It's true, but it's not exactly true, because if you're working 2.5 jobs right now and you don't have any time left after that, and you are not having any time to develop any new skills or try something different, yeah, you're making money, but you don't have any time, and you're not making as much money as you could be making if you had a little bit of more free time to do something different, in a different way from everybody else. So in my opinion, having 2-3 jobs, it's a temporary solution. You might be able to save up some money that you could invest and to make a business, but if you're just doing that just for the sake of money without even thinking of doing something about it afterwards, that's a waste of time. Working hard doesn't make you rich. What makes you rich here in Canada, guys, is making a lot of money. Some people say, well, don't drink coffee, don't eat out and everything like that. Okay, it's good. It's all good advices from rich guys, but what they don't tell you is those guys who are telling you those ideas, they might be making in a week or in a month what you're making in a year. And for them, it's just hypocritic to say that they cannot afford a cup of coffee, because they're making that much of money, those guys who are telling you you should not be drinking a coffee. Like, just don't buy that. You cannot save money into becoming wealth. You could probably, it is an old method, but it doesn't work with inflation right now. It doesn't work in current realities. Money loses value over time, and your savings go to hell over years. So you might become a millionaire, but that million is going to be worth $100,000 by the time you retire. So what I'm trying to say is, traditional methods do not work anymore. Another way to get rich, guys, this is my recommendation. It's going to sound stupid, and I know it does, and a lot of people called me stupid when I started doing that, and that is starting your own business. Because I say, work for free. If you're getting paid for it, that's not the right thing to do. You're doing, because you have to work for free in order to become financially independent. So it's like you find a hobby or something that you like, and you keep on doing it even if it's free until you make it into a business and you start making money. So entrepreneurs, guys, and immigrants who are coming here, like myself, a lot of people who are watching this channel are channel as well, immigrants in Canada. All I'm saying, guys, is do not be afraid to work for free, and then stop doing it for free and start charging money. And don't charge less than everybody else on the market. Charge more. You'll get better clientele as well. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. In order for you to actually build wealth in Canada, if you haven't purchased real estate in the last 20 years, you can still buy it right now, guys. And yes, I'm a realtor here in Calgary, Alberta. My contacts will be in the description of this video. If you need a mortgage, my wife, Nito Realtor with DLC Clear Trust Mortgages. Her contacts will be in the description of this video as well. Check them out. Call her if you need a mortgage. That's one of the laziest ways. So if you don't want to do self-employment, business, side hustles, buy real estate, hold on to it for the next 20 years. It's still better than your retirement plan right now that you're thinking of saving up. It's still better even to have your own home paid off. By the time you retire, you have more money than a person who didn't invest into anything and was just trying to save some money for later. Because real estate has adjustment to inflation, and in 10-20 years it always goes up. Historical data doesn't lie about it. So that's the laziest way, but my biggest recommendation is do not quit your job right away after watching this video. If you want to start your own business to get motivated, start doing your business as a side hustle. Slowly start making some money, and then go full-time. Unfortunately, all of those side hustles, you cannot really go into a business part-time. You cannot really make it a very successful business if you're only doing it part-time. You have to go full-time into any kind of business that you're doing. It's funny how, guys, the people in the cars driving behind me, I don't know if you can see, some lady was just eyeballing me. I was like, Karen alert! And anyways, guys, if you've seen Karens on this channel before, it's funny when they come. But anyways, this is what I wanted to say, guys. Start working for free, do it as a side hustle, turn it into a business, slowly, and then don't be afraid to quit your job and go into this business full-time. And that's when you are actually going to start building real wealth here in Canada. And if these methods are, you have a lot of, guys, I want to say that there is a lot of people coming up with excuses. Oh, I have kids, I have family, I have this, I have that, health, something else. Guys, check on YouTube, you're watching it right now. You can find people with so many things who are still going to make it, and you can make it as well. They're no different, no better than you are. In fact, you'll find in business people dumber than you are. There are smarter people who have jobs, and there are entrepreneurs who are not as smart or not as bright. The only difference between them and those people who are successful, and they are just persistent. And one of the things that you have to also know is, consistency. Just consistency. They're just consistent on doing their business. They're just working and going towards it, and they make it happen. and then they become successful, they get wealthy without being, you probably have better IQ than those guys as well. So, you know, you don't need special skills, you just have to have this one thing, and that's one of the things is stepping out of the comfort zone and be ready to work for free initially, and then you're going to get paid for it. And when you start getting paid for it, other people are going to be looking at you and they're going to be saying, wow, this guy must be lucky, or this girl must be lucky. So guys, I wish you all the best. And I want to make money by building wealth in Canada. Guys, get it done. Just do it. Do not rely on your employers. If you rely on your employers only, then you'll be like everyone else when you retire. Hopefully you have some pension contributions, and hopefully you're not going to be too broke when you retire. But the chances are pretty high that if you retire, you'll still have to work in order to have a decent lifestyle if you do not either invest your money or invest your time into building wealth. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps, and I wish you all success. See you in next video. Bye for now.